Hey, you all. My name is Exandria. I do. Ooh, ain't no hair right there. I don't know why I'm doing that. I just wanted to get on here and talk about what is Ebonics? What is it to Black culture? What is Ebonics all about? So, let me get my thumbnail. so, I actually did some research and I also made an Instagram post. If you please follow me on my IG, which is at exandriawild.com. And talking about, I wanted the people to educate themselves on what Ebonics is and how it relates to Black culture. And when doing my research, I also found some things which are very interesting. The first thing that I found was, Ebonics, to me, I define it as the way Black people communicate to each other. The way we communicate each other is our language, it's what we use, it's what we know. It's also, in my definition, Ebonics was like, I already thought this was derived from enslaved Black people from when we had our language taken away from us. Also, when we weren't able to read or write, so we created our own language. So if you're not teaching a person the correct way to read or write, guess what's going to happen? They're going to develop their own language, their own slang to communicate with their people. So the term Ebonics was created by Robert L. Williams, a social psychologist, along with his peers. He did that as well. White folks are white linguists, they call it. The people that are literature professors call it African American Vernacular English, and they used to say Black English Vernacular. And how Robert Williams came up with Ebonics was combining ebony with phonics, because it's Black people's language, and phonics is a language type thing. Don't quote me on that. And so he says the definition of the term is to refer to the language of descendants of enslaved Black Africans, which makes perfect good sense, because Black people that were enslaved and kidnapped and brought over here against their will, we made a whole culture. And that's why I refer to myself as a Black American. I am not African American. I don't have any lineage or any I do, like, the first person that came here, but after that is Black American. We've made a whole freaking culture. So Ebonics got known worldwide because it in Oakland, California in December 18 and 19. I'm looking at my notes so I can stay on task. In Oakland, California in 1996, the education system declared that Ebonics was an official language of Black students that attended there. And so there was like a huge controversy, uproar, because if you do know a language, that means you get special education, or people have to learn your language of Ebonics. So all the white people that were white patriotics, or I call it white supremacy, being taken place at that time, is because is to show that, I think it was white fragility taking place. Excuse me, I was inside there. It was white fragility taking place. Not once to declare Black culture or Black language a language, and it really truly is, in my opinion, a language, because even during enslavement, Black people, especially Black moms, came up with a way to communicate with their children, to protect their children, to let them know, like, look, like, don't you better not touch that. Like, that's the look my mom would give me, and I would just know. And they created that. I don't know, what would you call, like, it's something that's called when you're using your body to communicate. When you use your body to communicate, so that, you know, if a master white slave owner was doing something, or like they didn't want their child to get in trouble or to be lynched or to get killed or whipped, they would, like, you know, don't do that. You shut your mouth, or you don't do that, to protect their children, which I think is just hella resilient, which it is. Then he created a book. It's called Ebonics, the True Language of Black Folks. And I haven't read that book, and I plan to get it, but that's what it's called, and I will put it in the chat. Ebonics, the True Language of Black Folks by Robert Hill. And I'll show it on the screen. So just talking about that, it's a book out, and I plan to get it. So examples of Ebonics is what you want instead of what do you want. What you want? What you want? What you want? What you want? That's how my mom always talks to me. And then she been had that instead of she has had that. She been had that with a BIN. And then another one is I'm finna go to the store. I'm finna spend a bag at the store. I'm finna go get this dress and this juice. So instead of I am going to go to the store. And then that versus that. Like, I like that instead of I like that. Like, that's just how we talk. And I consider, like, the current Ebonics for me right now, the current Ebonics that are being used is like period, which derives, I guess it started getting popular with the city girls. And then for me, like, it's the aesthetics for me, it's the taste for me. And then also, if you ever seen a viral video, it said it's above me now. So everybody started using, like, when people be like, oh my goodness, it's above me now. I can't do anything. I can't do anything for you is pretty much what it means. So should Ebonics be taught in school? Should it be an official language? I do think so, that it should be an official language, because it is a language. It's how Black people communicate. And even as when I'm talking to the students I work with now, I know if I talk to them like, I guess if you want to say proper, because I recently just stopped code switching. If you want to talk to them proper, they wouldn't understand it. But when I would talk to them, and it's not to say that they're dumb, that's just not their language. Like, if you talk to a person that speaks Spanish to English, they're gonna be like, so. But when I talk to them in my Black voice and my Ebonics language, they get it. So yes, I do think Ebonics should be an official language. I would love to know what you all think. If you're watching this after, let me know in the comments below if Ebonics should be taught in schools and if it should be an official language. And thank you all for tuning in to All Things Black with Xandria, and catch me tomorrow, possibly. Thank you and have a good day, y'all.